If you're thinking about your own creative process, which I hope you are, it may be helpful to see what someone else has done. From me looking at how I actually work and then just becoming more aware of it. I created an acronym for my own process from the word evolve, which helps to remind me where I am and where I might want to think about going next when I get confused or sidetracked or I just want to have some guidance. I hope this is helpful. E is edify, V is variegate, O is originate, L is luxuriate, V is validate, and E is evaluate. So as you see, there are 4 purple ones and 2 blue ones. 4 of them are inner work. Edifying is about journaling and going inward, etc. And because I just tend to be more of an introvert. So I'll go through them for you. So the inner work for me is journaling. I have a sketchbook. I do tarot. I study about a certain topic that I'm interested in. I create studies like color studies. I meditate. I spend a lot of time in the studio alone and I experiment. Those are all examples of inner work. The outer work comes with mastermind groups or critique groups, social media, shows, openings, teachings, selling work, and asking for input. So under Edify for me is really my meditative mind that I'm thinking about or not thinking. I walk in nature, I do my cards, I do my morning pages. I try to eat right and stay healthy. I try to take care of myself and set aside time in my schedule for my studio time. Variegate for me is my thinking mind. It's my research time. It's where I find all my different options, learn more about color theory. I mix palettes, I go down rabbit holes, and I say that's okay for me to do because I'm in this mode, the variegate mode for myself. I explore, experiment, and think. Then I start a piece, and this is in a different mindset for me. This is the doing mind. This is underdrawings and planning out a piece and starting to draw a piece, incorporating sketches, bringing in research, painting, sculpting, drawing, exploring, and actually making. Once I've started something, I've noticed that my mind kind of shifts into a different mode. I go into the luxuriate zone. To me, I call it the deep doing mind. It's the implementer. I'm in the zone in this place. I lose track of time. I love my process. It is all about color, line, shape. I tweak, I edit, and I luxuriate in this process. And then after that, I really have to take a break, go home, be in my garden, eat dinner, whatever. Then the next day, I can be in the outer zone, the validate zone. It's my social mind. It's fact finder. It's about feedback. It's about critique and social media. It's thinking in the operator's mode almost. And promoter, where I'm having sales and shows and openings, etc. And then evaluate. This is where you kind of retreat a little bit from social into thinking mind, where it's following through on what worked and what didn't work, deciding what feedback to take that is actually helpful for you. Reading, looking at other artists, writing about your own work or other artists' work, finding more information about sales engagement, reaching out to collectors or professionals or gallerists, etc. And then finally, the evolve or meditative mind. This takes an active effort on my part to really get back to myself, to let everything go, all the social stuff, all the pressure, all the outer world, and surrender again to my good habits, trying to create this schedule for myself, walking in nature, doing my cards, eating right, staying healthy, and protecting my space and my time. So again, I actively think about this cycle, and it has really helped me. I have a lot more inner work than I do. I step into the outer work when I can and when I feel the energy to do so, and then I have to go back into my inner work. So it's something to think about in terms of your own process. I hope this has helped. One other thing I want to bring up in terms of this, we all have intent, and intentions for our work, but this is the motivation scale that I think about a lot. We can often have intentions to make a change, and then we can attempt to try something new, but it's not really until we commit that we are actually going to create change in our lives. So I want you to remember that you and your process are very powerful. You are valuable, and what you believe can change the world, the outer world, or your own inner world. Megan and Michael Hyatt said this on their podcast. Make your own personal and company culture safe for failure. What we get on the way to the goal is as valuable as the goal itself. Measure the gain, not the gap. So thank you, and I'm looking forward to talking to you in the next section.